House Bill 2426 recently passed in Oregon.
Yes,
So Oregonians are now going to have the option to fill their own gas tanks. Wow. Hashtag blessed. Ready, Set, Pump Oregon self-serve gas stations go into effect Friday. That's from That Oregon Life, so I just included this because I have this hilarious story about back in the day, way back, when I was working as a reporter for Cairo Radio. I was down in Oregon doing a story, and I was in my Cairo Radio news car. So it had like emblazoned with Cairo News Radio on the side. So I had never been to Oregon before. That was my first time across the border. I was just outside of Portland, and I roll up, and I'm kind of sitting there for a second. I don't know what, I was on my phone or something at the gas pump. And all of a sudden, this guy's creeping up from the side here. He's like, and I'm like thinking, okay, here's some guy who wants to talk to me because I'm a news lady. But he was being really weird about it, like kind of standing back. And like, I was like, so I roll my window down this much. I'm like, can I help you? And he goes, yeah, I'm going to pump your gas. I'm like, no, thanks. Like, so now I'm thinking it's some homeless guy who wants to offer to pump my gas for a couple bucks. I'm like, no, I got it. He's like, no, like, I'm going to pump your gas. And I'm freaked out. I'm like going to call 911. Like, no, go away, dude. I need to pump my gas. And he's like, no, in Oregon, you're not allowed to pump your own gas. And I was like, oh gosh, okay. And I thought that was so weird.
Yes. I mean, it's weird. I'm kind of bummed about it.
Why?
Because I thought that was something special in Oregon. And it made me love Oregon a little bit that you still have this old, doesn't it take you back to like the 50s?
I never remember pumping
when there were gas attendants to
I wasn't
help you.
Alive in the 50s. So no, it doesn't take me back to the 50s.
Well, it kind of takes me back to that. There on boats, you also usually don't pump your gas. They always have boat gas attendants. And I just kind of love that little extra service. Now I mean, you have the choice. I'm sure they're not going to phase it out immediately and they'll have the choice. But of course, it's just going to go away. And I just think it's another little thing from the past that we're losing.
Yeah. I'm sure there's some young Oregonians who are like,
it's jobs.
They're
losing their jobs.
How do I do this? There's a lot of Oregonians who are going to have to be taught by their parents how to pump gas. But
Possibly.
I wonder how much jobs actually had something to do with it, because we know a lot of service industries are really struggling to find people to work. I mean, there's, we go to restaurants and stuff where they're like, you see so many empty tables and they're not seating anyone else because they just don't have the staff.
Right.
And so I wonder if that had something to do with it. Is like, if you don't have enough people to pump the gas regularly, then how can you have that be a law that you have to have them pump the gas? Because then you're relying on the private sector to staff enough jobs in that area to make the law possible. So I don't know. But anyway, So now next time I go, this is funny because there's a picture. Can you go back to that article quick?
Yes. Well,
do you see something wrong with this picture? I think this is one of those Oregonians who've never pumped their own gas. If you're just listening on the podcast, they've got the nozzle like a foot away from the car, and it looks like
with
they're just
gas
pouring gas out on their car. So, maybe that's not a good idea after all. So good luck to our friends in Oregon. You're going to need it.